So in this moment, why don't you come into a meditative state, position. Get comfortable, but see if it's okay for you to have both your feet flat on the floor. Relax your hands in your lap. You can turn your palms up if you like. Just sit back in your chair and let it support you. Let your body relax. You've taken in a lot today. And this is a nice time to really bring it in, integrate it, let it percolate around in there, and do whatever it will do that you allow it to do. So take a big breath in. And gently close your eyes. And just drop down into your body and letting your breath rest softly as you inhale and exhale. And letting yourself just be in this moment soft, relaxed, present. And resting in that presence where you don't need to think or do. It's just a place to be. And in that presence of being is a place of love. And it's a little place inside of you that you can breathe into and feel it expand. Feel that nice, warm glow. And though it's fed from without by beautiful days like this and being in the presence of family, it's fed from within you, from within the cells that contain your own highest nature, your own spiritual consciousness, your own connection to the one true source. Take another breath. Feel the blessings and the bliss and the healing in the message from Kryon.
Greetings, dear ones. I am Kryon of Magnetic Service. I would like this to be an informative channel, but I want you to relate to it. My partner steps aside so completely, he has no idea what's coming. I've given him an idea of what might be discussed. So it is not a mystery. But other than that, he doesn't know. Dear ones, I want to do something that sometimes is dangerous to logic. And what I mean by that is your logic will take over. So it's dangerous information because your logic intercedes. I don't like to give you lists. And the reason is because you always make them hierarchical. Number one is more important than number two, or reversed. Anytime anything is delivered, 1, 2, 3, 4, there is a tendency with a logical brain to put one above the other because it was mentioned before the other one. So let me ask you, what other option do I have than to make a list? I cannot give you everything at once. That would be quantum. So I must give things to you one by one. I number them. So I'm going to set this up. I want to give you information that is for all old souls and light workers about those types on the planet that are working in a solution mode to solve new energy puzzles in cooperation with other light workers. In order to do that, I'm going to have to itemize what some of you are because of your Akash, what some of you are doing because you're here. I'll give you some names to consider. But I want you to think for a moment. Everything I'm going to give you is in a circle. Think of a ring for a moment. Beautiful, together, unbroken. And around the ring are attributes, numbers if you wish. And so it doesn't matter on the ring where you start or which direction you go, you'll get all the attributes, and the knowledge will be in the ring. Now, in linearity, in a straight line you call time, I'm going to have to give these things to you one at a time. But they are not more important than the next one or less important than the one before. This is where I want you to start. To understand that what I'm about to give you doesn't have any importance one above the other. It's all together. Now, I've just given you information also. It's one of the most difficult things when Spirit talks to humans, or even one human. We can only talk to you one item at a time. Sometimes you take the first item and you never listen to number 2 or 3 or 4. And your truth becomes number 1. If you were to open your heart and your mind and listen to all of them and take them all in and realize the truth is all of them, you would be a wiser spiritual person. But it is the bias of humanity that singularizes one thing at a time because of your linearity that creates what I'm about to talk about. Spiritual systems on the planet that you try to fit into normally carry what I will call a singular purpose. No matter what that spiritual system is, or what you call an organized one, or even a religion, has you looking at rules. And it's up to you then to fit into all the rules you can, obey them the best you can, and the idea is sameness of purpose. In some, you would all wear the same thing, act a certain way, meditate at a certain place, pray at a certain place, do this or that at a certain hour, bow in this direction, and all of you do it in the same way. If you take a look at any complex system on this planet or in the universe, in the galaxy, you're going to find parts doing different things. If you look at physics, parts are doing different things. They're dedicated to different energies. If you look at chemistry profoundly, the parts are coming together in order to create other things. Everywhere you look in nature, there are parts. One supports the other. The very system of life with oxygen and carbon dioxide is made of all the parts of life that keep you alive. What if I told you suddenly all of the parts are going to dress the same and do the same thing? You'd say that's not going to be a workable solution. And you'd be right. There is an elegant system in front of you about old souls. Now let's back up. You're here for a reason, for a purpose, old soul. If you have awakened to the truth, a truth that is so big and so beautiful, it's a truth that doesn't make anybody else wrong. It's a truth that enhances all humanity. And the truth is this: God is inside you. Another truth: the energy on this planet is shifting. Another truth: old souls, those who have come and gone and come and gone and come and gone, carry great wisdom for this time on the planet. Another truth, old souls are waking up to different tasks in order to supply a solution to the new energy. So I want to talk about the various slots that you go in. Very linear. And you may recognize yourself. It's complex, so I'm going to make it simple, and I'm only going to create 5 today. Now, everything I talk about from now on, you could analyze later, and you're going to find hidden meanings in most of it, specifically in the numerology. Dear ones, I give you messages within messages so that you can study things later and see that there's more, much more, than what I present in the language of my partner. I want to give you some good news. Dear ones, there is a beautiful, beautiful system at hand right now. And you're working the puzzle and you don't even know it. Some of you question it because you're used to the singularity of spiritual systems. Some of you will look at my partner and say, I can't do what he does, therefore, I'm not carrying the weight as an old soul that he is. You don't understand. You just don't understand. And so let this be a time for understanding. Not just understanding, celebration. There are those listening to this who need to hear this. It's easy. You all have different jobs. And the